Hi guys, welcome back to another F1 2020 My Team Career Mode, and today we are doing Race 1, Season 1, Bahrain. So let's get into it. So we have Bahrain. Let's go into the menu and let me do our first ever practice session of the whole entire My Team Career Mode. And let's see how it goes. Right, as we get into practice one, we are going
Morning,
to
boss. Jeff here. Thanks again for bringing me on board. You've found a lot of talented people for this team. I can't wait to see what we can accomplish. Our journey to the Constructors' Championship starts here today, and the car is ready to head out whenever you are.
So there's our first word from Jeff, and that will be our race engineer for the rest of the season. And we are going to do track acclimatization, and you are going to listen to this amazing fire up of our Renault engine.
A bit like a rubber out on track. Try to take it easy for a couple of laps.
Wow, just listen to that roar. That is so nice. That engine. Oh, bit of a squeeze freeze. But squeeze freeze. Recording software. And as we get into the start of our warm-up lap, I will cut straight to the lap. But the first corner in our car doesn't feel too bad. So, let's get into the lap. This point accidentally clicked the wrong button, so let's get into the lap.
DRS zone is coming up. Get ready to open it. Distance is on your MFD.
So as we go through this corner, nice forward front end, so nice front end, have a bit of a back end clip, and then get turning and up on that corner. So a bit too deep, and then just about get that corner. We just haven't been making out. But at the back end of this, the car is absolutely fine, really good, and has no wobbles, well, except that tiny little bit, but otherwise there's no wobbles, and that's the end of our lap. As we go back to our menu, we are going to go straight into qualifying, because I banged out all of those laps, and we now have 800 resource points, but we're just reading the messages before we go into qualifying. And just checking the R&D tree, we have 805 resource points. Thinking, should we spend them? Definitely not do it, we can't do it on aero, but we pick a chassis in the end, and that will improve our chassis overall, so make us a bit faster and better in the chassis way. But let's get into our qualifying. So we are in our car for qualifying. We immediately go out for a lap, and let's watch our lap. So nice turn one, but we do hold up Alex Albon a bit, which obviously he's in the Red Bull, he's in the put car in the back marker, but still not too bad of the first corner. Second corner, use as much curve as we can on the outside. Go round, and as you see, Alex Albon has pretty much given up on his lap, pretty much binned it. But in the first qualifying, I had a bit of, I think, the wrong sort of difficulty, because qualifying we'll see in the end, but like nice corner of that section. As we go onto the straight, Alex Albon catches us like a rocket ship and the boat really quickly, but then obviously in the corners he catches up to, but then because he's given up on his lap, he's not going too hard on like the middle parts of the corners. Take a nice line through there, use as much curve as we can on the outside, and then as we go to the last corner, Alex Albon gaining on us. Thank goodness he didn't send it up to the inside in qualifying. We do run a bit wide there, and that's the end of our lap, and that puts us in P2, which obviously is a bit off. So we end up in P3 still. Our teammate's in P6 and is a second off of us. So this is when I realise, okay, my difficulty is a bit wrong. Because at this point, like, the difficulty is really wrong, because I'm in P6. I finish in P6. So I definitely need to change the difficulty. But mistakes happen. I probably would have barely got it to Q2, but let's see how it's doing it. So we go for our lap. So right behind us, very far. Oh my gosh, we've gone up the inside of the qualifying lap. That is our lap. Usually they're taking a wide line. We have to cut that corner. It's such a wide line. So running outside like a madman. And wow, I can't get my
Your front wing is damaged. Expect a lot of understeer unless we replace it.
What?
Understood, stopping this lap.
Roll. We have to box because we messed up our banker lap, which is not good, and we have a red front wing, and I really hope he should have got damaged, because braking point, early braking, like, yeah. Wait for the repair time, skip it, final lap. that was basically it for the order, so let's get into it.
Months of rumour and speculation all come to an end today as we return to racing for the opening event of what promises to be an enthralling season. Welcome along then to round one of this year's Formula One World Championship. Formula One returns to the desert today on this exceptional 3.36 mile circuit. 15 corners provide plenty of overtaking opportunities. It could be a strategic race, this one, with Sakir notorious for eating up the rear tyres. Watch out for drivers managing their rubber at some point during the Grand Prix. Can Mercedes start with victory in their bid to win a 7th consecutive Constructors' title? Could Ferrari or Red Bull establish an advantage early on? And with 22 cars on the grid, how quickly can the new team find their footing? Well, it's great to be back, Anthony Davidson. We've got a lot to talk about this year.
That's right, Crofty. It felt like a long winter, but it's good to finally be back. I have to think the usual suspects will battle it out at the front, but there are always going to be some teething problems early on in the season, so whoever can keep on top of their issues will have the advantage today.
As I mentioned earlier, we're up to 11 teams this season, with a new entry run by, well, of all things, an owner-driver. That's something we haven't seen in this sport since Hector Raback over 4 decades ago. So how are they looking so far?
It's hard to imagine how a small operation like that could survive in the ruthless world of Formula One, and yet here they are, first ever race looking surprisingly strong. But there are no points for qualifying. Let's see how they fare in the Grand Prix proper.
It's time to see how our drivers are stacking up after yesterday's exciting qualifying session. Lewis Hamilton lines up on pole position, and it's Valtteri Bottas that completes the front row. Moving on to the rest of the grid,
and also randomly just skips. Don't know why, but I guess my recording software glitched and it just cut to that scene. But as we go to the strategy, we immediately know, well, we think definitely pull all the fuel out of the car, so we have a great start. And if we have front wing damage, hopefully we don't have to change our strategy. But let's see. And we are out. Okay, off by a mile, and let's go down that way. Are we going to go for us? Oh my gosh, we go for a lap so many times. No, we have to do that.
Mind that front wing. It'll need replacing if it takes too much damage.
But that was definitely over-aggressive from our side. We're up to the side. What do? Yes, we know that.
Check your MFD for a new strategy option.
By running wide because of our front wing damage. Daniel is trying
Confirmed.
to get a cover. Because at the moment we are just blocking everyone out. Just boxing the next lap. All our hard work is going to be undone. It's going to be dead last if we go out to that momentum. I think we're going to medium tyres and finish the race on hard. The hard races to actually exactly the tyres. As we said, we need really bad medium tyres, and especially having
Alright, we're looking good so far.
Let's see how that works out. Has Danny Ricciardo goes for leaving us. We try and get switch back to people around the outside and we get that done. We try to make it too easy, up the inside move, but I think we went a bit too early for that move and we got rid of it. We had a little bit of a very good move as we go on to the second lap. And now Daniel Ricciardo is having another look at us again at SS. We make him run wide, make him run out to Carlos Sainz gets ahead of Ricciardo, and Sergio Perez also gets ahead of Ricciardo. Is Ricciardo a wing damage? I don't know. Yeah, so it's a bit of a problem with my highlight reel and replay, so I don't have any of that. It's definitely save files and we have a horrible line there. Carlos all the way.
Okay, we lost the position. Trying to keep focus.
Let's see if we can get back in touch with Daniel Hamilton. We can just about get Carlos down. So unfortunately. On 7
DRS is being enabled this lap. We can use DRS when you are within 1 second of the car ahead and in the DRS zone.
Right up. And he doesn't get using that. On the outside of the corner. I have the second line and he has this huge but as you see we are losing so much time. We need to push but we are losing infinite and we really need to pit soon. But as we go to the race director to see how everyone's doing, we're in P8. Lewis Hamilton is in first position and Carlos Sainz got ahead of us, but not too bad for a P15 start. Pierre Gasly P13 to P11, but Mick Schumacher, terrible start for him. P18 to P20.
The gap to the car ahead is 2.8 seconds.
Oh my god, exactly.
Okay, clear.
What is that? Exactly.
Full course caution. The safety car is out. Keep an eye on the delta. We need to keep it positive to avoid a penalty. Slow down. Maintain positive delta. Some information on Gasly. It looks like the problem is terminal. They're retiring the car.
Our teammates.
Confirmed. We'll receive you at the end of this lap.
That is not good for our championship for the constructors at all. Hopefully we can get a good wall of points, but that is absolutely devastating for our team. We should not have got first race. We got
Okay, take it easy on the car. We can't sustain this level of damage.
We are going to go for just about there. Sergio Perez, I think that's Norris. Yes, it is Norris. Ricardo Norris and Ocon all pit. I think one of Ferrari's pit too, maybe Leclerc, but I'm going to pit. Yeah, I think it'll be a long stop. Oh no, it looks like Norris and Ocon have front wing damage. Wow.
Okay, you only have to stop once now. One stop left.
But as we go forward, we catch the safety car, we take out 14. That's really not good. But look at Leclerc. Catch up. Look at Leclerc and Perez. They're only using first as well. Not good for Ferrari. But let's see how the rest of the race plays out. Obviously we have another 24 laps.
Okay, let's get ready to go racing again. The safety car is in this lap. When the field accelerates, remember, there is no overtaking until the green flags. Safety car in this lap. Green flag. Green flag. We're racing again.
Oh, look, this is left. There's someone all the way. But that was a goal, basically, so all the way around the outside Manchester. We are in P8. We were in P8. Wow. we are doing well in this race, but we made bold move. That was a bold move. But as we forward on to lap 12, nothing happened except we were putting the boss actually right on our tail. Is he going to go for a move or nothing to go? No, he's not.
We're approaching the pit window. You'll be on the softs.
Our tyres are worn 40%. He's definitely going to go for it. We try and squeeze him as much as we can. We try and get ahead of him. We try and go pitch back, but we just don't have sharp angle and Albon gets ahead of us. And still, he's not too bad at first. We still have to make one more pit stop. Everyone has to make one more pit stop, but that is really good. Albon will try and catch up to him, but he's in the red.
Be aware we expect the grip levels to start falling away soon.
No way, our tyres are starting to drain at the front. We are not going to catch up at all. And you see, I've been running units, but even on this race, I did run a lot of fuel out, and even on that circuit, I still have 0.60 laps of fuel that we have to recover. And I think what we get is, I think P4, obviously we won't finish in this spot, but if we hit our goal for sharpness, it's always been completed by now. Another tyres and lap 17 starting to go on, as you see, it's raining on the front left like mad.
Be aware the car behind has newer tyres, car behind on newer tyres.
And Albon, and Kvyat catching us even on hard. So we hit, and we go on to a second hard, because obviously we need to get hard to finish off this race, and hopefully get decent points in this race, or points alone. Remember on the first lap, we had, or first few laps, when the safety car was out, we had a red something, and we are all the way up. Let's see those do that.
Up to speed now. Let's get some heat into those tyres.
And I think Science still has to hit, I think, but we know I'm not too bad. We do that with the front of the car though, and we get ahead of him just about. So that is really good for our chances to get points. And we are on the hard tyres, everyone is on it, so we're having to do advantage on the tyres, and basically that we have the newest set of tyres at the moment, and we only have 11 laps left in this race to hold off Ricardo, and the charging metal is actually quite rapidly. Yeah, it's not really rapid. He was not like that, but he's still catching us, and obviously he is in the car.
We're not going to be able to run in this engine mode much longer. We're about a lap over target. Drop down to mid.
Catching up to us. We have a little bit of switch in the back end. We've got to the back end. We try to run it outside. This is a half-hour speed. And double so the full way round. But as we're on lap 19, on lap left, we go try, we squeeze in as much as possible. We try to go around the inside. We try and go back on outside. Really defensive. Really defensive on the inside line. Which is definitely really going on this lap. We are overtaking zero back here. We squeeze in as much as we can. And just about we probably dip the tyres into the grass because we squeeze in so aggressively. Maybe we can invest in a bit more. But yeah, a nice exit through there, and we've lost a lot of time by coming to us because of that opening. But last lap, nothing happened since there. We got 2-9, and that's the end of the race.
That's the end of the race. We'll see you in Parc Ferme.
Good point for us, 2-9. That's amazing victory for us, and amazing victory for the drivers and
So Mercedes have won it, and what a great race it was.
Goal.
Anthony Davidson, how do you think they were able to set themselves apart today?
It was a question of right place, right time today. We were looking at an entirely different race before the safety car came out, but they were able to take full advantage after the field had been bunched up.
Mercedes are on top form once again after an excellent race weekend. It's great to see them up on that podium once again.
Lewis Hamilton wins the Bahrain Grand Prix in style. Mercedes 1-2 on the first GP, and I think that will probably be Mercedes dominance for the rest of the season. And as we already know, Lewis Hamilton got his 7th consecutive.
Let's have a quick look at how the driver's standings have changed. After an incredible performance, Lewis Hamilton secures the top spot in the Drivers' Championship. Some amazing talents out on the track today. But Anthony, who would you pick as your driver of the day?
Definitely Antonio Giovinazzi, isn't it? No matter what the rest of the field threw at him, he didn't put a foot wrong. Superb drive from him.
Let's move on to the constructors. Mercedes move to the top of the table. And with that, we wrap up another weekend of motorsport. But with more races lined up, be sure to join us when we come back with more Formula One.
But that was an amazing race for us, and I think everything about it really capped off an amazing race. And we finished with 2 points, and unfortunately Mick Schumacher retired from the session, and it was so unfortunate. But as it stands, we are 8th in the Drivers' Constructors' Championships, and that's not too bad so far.
So that was an exciting race from our perspective. Let's have yours. You gained a lot of positions during the race, didn't you?
Yes, we did amazing. We gained P15, and really, aero's amazing.
You really looked in control of your car out there. Your team must be thrilled.
They are. It was amazing, and it's so good because nobody could do this without a great team.
It wasn't the cleanest race today, was it?
None of us wants to be the person to back down. These things happen because we both want to try and go for the move, and sometimes we get wing damage.
Great. Well, that's everything.
But as we finished out, we move into our HQ, we get a few resources, and we go to our activity timeline. And our next race is in China. So let's add a video for a funded team event and supplier HQ. What one next? So we go 4 days, and then we have all of these left, and we just do all of them because obviously I'm not doing a full 22 thing. So we have all the days we want, and we do team building, and we have 3 extra days. But as we advance the time, we finish the episode, and it was a great episode. The race was amazing. We have 2 million, around 2.5 million for the next video.
Okay, we've had the new parts come through from the fabrication process. We'll have them with us for the next Grand Prix.
Points. So let's see if we can do one, because we've got all of our aero upgrades in. So we do 1 aero upgrade to see if it will come in. Do the next thing. We need to upgrade our facilities for that other upgrade, but we don't have enough resource points to do anything else. And that we're just checking how much money it is, and we decide that we are going to upgrade one of our powertrain upgrades, and that brings the quality control, so the risk of it not getting upgraded. So let's advance all the time, and the next episode will be in China for the Chinese Grand Prix.
Our new parts have been completed without issue. They'll be on the car ready for the next race weekend.
An aerodynamic sort of style track, so that will be really good for our car, because our car is very fast and aerodynamic. But as we end the video, thank you so much for watching, and remember to like and subscribe to see the next one in China. Goodbye.